Alright, boys, we did it. Loneliness is no more. Finally, after so long, we got enough people, 10 people, to join my Cursed Empires map. Alright, people. This is gosh darn. Yep, I'm an Iron Assault. To my first. Alright, everybody, you ready for me to you bring back that voice acting accent? Alright, I'm gonna randomize myself, and we're gonna see what soldier I'm going to be playing as this time. I tricked, backstabbed, and bamboozled 9 other players into being in my Iron Assault movie, and yes! This is perfect! I am the Fiji Rebellion? Oh, so great. Okay, welcome to the, wait, what even year is it? I need to actually know what year it is before I do an intro. I think it's out of, okay, so 4 years, and then 4 years, and 34. Welcome to the 34 Years' War. Or should I say, more than 34 years. For it has been a long time since peace had been achieved. Roll up your intro song, I don't know. But welcome to the Iron Assault Movie 2, the sequel to the first Iron Assault movie, in which I played through a war in the eyes of a Luthanian soldier, and now I am playing as a no soldier in the Fiji Rebellion, and we must persevere, or the United Islands, in terrible reign, shalleth reign supreme. Host by United Islands, featuring Cow Waffle 16 as the.
Woo! Waffles.
So I need to explain to this guy why he's in a war with us. Bruh. He says it's terrible.
What if he wants to be peaceful?
That's not gonna work for the movie.
Well.
Hello, welcome to your doom, he says. Wait, what? What type? Wait,
Wait, what?
what boat is he in? I saw a boat. And he lost words. Oh my gosh. Where? I think I should get out of here. Oh my gosh, that's a 25, uh, okay. You lost 9 troops. You lost 9 troops. Lol, he says. The Russian Empire has surrendered to the Cheetah Empire. Cheetah's rebellion has won, and the Russian Empire has fallen. And Russia just keeps calling him disgrace. How have you done this? Okay, I need to get back in my Fiji Rebellion character. Can we just have peace, United Islands? With Emu. You're going to die, says the... Can we just have peace, says the United Islands? And after, you're going to die. I don't think so at that point. That's why the Fiji Rebellion, exists. Dang, Emu Empire, said the United Islands. Oh, yeah. You thought you could be oofed? You have not been shown the ways of the oof. Alright, let me get back into character. New Guinea was retaken as... Wait, no, I should actually announce the cast first. This Iron Assault movie is very unorganized. The United Islands as the United Islands, because I think the United Islands guy is going to leave. Lol Me May Lol as the Cheetah Empire. Little Quilly 2 as the Qatar Collective. For LES as the North African Union. Is anyone else here? Brian 111 as the United States of Mexico. And is that it? I think that might be it. Yeah. Yeah, that's it. Wait, is it? It was a necessary kick to kick Cow Waffles, because I can't have somebody just running around saying, I actually hate this, because he's in a war, even though he could easily overpower us both. I can't have someone doing that, so goodbye, Cow Waffles. You will sorta be missed, I'm not really sure. Alright, back into character. As the Fiji Rebellion, as the Fiji Rebellion soldier, Cuba has taken half of Australia. So this is not good. There's a chance that... Man, I need to switch out my characters, though, because the Luthanian soldier sounds a lot too much like him, actually. We sent people to promote the ideology in Cuba and lower their productivity. This worked. Again, half of Australia has been lost to Cuba, but there have been charging ups of troops in remaining Australia, and they shall soon take back their homeland. The Iraqi Union has surrendered to the Qatar Collective, making them the most powerful force in the Middle East. The Belizean Central Empire has fallen to the United States of Mexico. On the Latvian wait, no. And the Lithuanian Republic now owns most of the Baltic. In the World War over in Europe, the Allied forces seem to be able to be winning. We are now attacked. A force of what was originally 12 is now attacking Kanto, and we've taken it. We found more troops in Kanto, probably people who did not like the United Islands reign and were willing to join us. They were now forced to charge in their other city in their homeland, but we still outnumber them. We can now take the United Islands' original homeland away and probably win this war. As I thought would happen before, the Emu Empire took back their homeland. The Cuba ship still floats outside Australia, a grave reminder to those who wish to invade. The Republic of Indiana Empire, formerly the Indiana Empire, now the Republic of Indiana, is falling to the United States of Mexico. We sent out an alliance request to them. The Cheetah Empire only had the Korean Empire to deal with, and that they were on the run with that. The Korean Empire took Amur, and that was about it. They would make their last stand there before the Cheetah Empire came after them. However, the Cheetah Empire found another enemy in democratic China, who started to invade their homeland and rise up. However, I doubt this would last very long, as the Cheetah Empire still owns Peking, and thus probably will overpower them. The Republic of Indiana has officially surrendered to the United States of Mexico. Kosovo has surrendered to Spaghetland. Montenegro has surrendered to Spaghetland, and Bosnia and Herzegovina has also. We are now purchasing troops in Kanto yet again, probably to invade South Sahalan, but eventually we decided better against that and decided to go after Cuba's homeland. The Southeastern Republic has officially tried to invade Britain and has such seemed to succeed currently. We moved out of Kanto in 1941 and started sailing. In the nick of time, before Cuba's preparations were made to invade, we got there. We started to invade into Cuba and won the battle with quick and ease, though losing quite a lot of our troops. The United States of Mexico is now a powerful force, owning Central America, as well as most of North America, and has many cities across the way. Democratic China, as I suspected, fell to the Cheetah Empire, and the Polish Empire surrendered to the Kingdom of Hungary, a strange and weird circumstance that I did not think would happen. Albania has made a uh, counterattack on Spaghetland, taking over Bosnia and Herzegovina and Montenegro from them. Mo- Cuba has turned into monochrome Cuba, a non-aligned version of their former communist self. That we think this is probably due to what we did to them back a few years ago. The North American Union has pretty much had the Central African Republic on the run, a strange twist in which I did not think would happen. South Africa is falling, and West Africa is the only main force that could actually pose a threat to them. We moved out of Cuba and decided to try and take Puerto Rico. Puerto Rico, we decided, would be liberated after we did, and made into a new version of the Cuban Empire, except more free to its citizens and with better laws. Back in our homeland, the United Islands still owns quite a bit many islands, but they haven't tried up to keep going soon, or so we thought. The United Islands, with a force of 33, took Midway, easily eliminating our 2 troops there. It was a sad loss, and one we did not count that for, or one that we thought would happen at all. We do not know where this strange force of 33 came from, and we have been working to find out where they have been charging up. Though it is possible that maybe, and just maybe, they have ended up trying to charge up in that this was a runaway force from Kanto from when we invaded. North Macedonia surrendered to Imperium Danzig, Albania surrendered to Germany, and the Korean Empire has finally fallen to the Cheetah Empire. The Cheetah Empire is probably now the most powerful force in Russia and Asia right now, maybe even overpowering both Tibet and Tuva. We liberated Puerto Rico with the hope that it maybe provides some better laws eventually in the Gulf of Mexico. They are named the Kingdom of Puerto Rico and are non-aligned like us, but seem to have much better laws than Cuba does currently. We moved out with a force of 32 to take Midway back, seeing if maybe we could finally end the United Islands' retaliatory force. We got there again just in the nick of time, only to find Midway abandoned. We wonder where they'll strike next. Our allies in the Emu Empire, with a force of 13, have begun to took Sarawak and Borneo. A force of 2 from the United Islands began to take a bit of Australia, but again, there's a few more. We have received news that actually there's only a force of 2 in the Emu Empire, and that they could easily fall. The Cheetah Empire declared war on monochromatic Hong Kong, an authoritarian version of what used to be a small puppet state. Jamaica has become independent and declared war on the on monochrome Cuba and the United Islands. They joined us in our force. They were born just like how we were in the Fiji Rebellion, so we sent them an alliance request. Of course, they accepted, which is good for us. We could not find any more troops this year, but that was okay. We decided to hunt for where the United Islands struck next, and thought that maybe they moved into New Caledonia. We're not sure about this yet. We found New Caledonia and, as well as the Solomon Islands, completely abandoned, and decided to help our friends in Australia, even though they did not need it. We took Queensland and Northern Australia, or we tried to, trying to make a cut in, but Australia took back their homeland before we could. The Cheetah Empire now owns much of previously owned Russia and the Asian Empire. They were fighting back monochromatic Hong Kong, but they seem to have stopped. We sent them an alliance request. They report that they have four on their borders, and they report that they have 4 troops on their monochromatic Hong Kong's borders, but they have 6, as well as another force of 6 prepared to stop them in an event of an invasion. Broken China has 34, and we think that they may be attempting, along with Broken Turkey and as well as Broken Mongolia, to try and reclaim their territory. Tobago and Trinidad have become independent, just like us, and declared war on United Islands and monochromatic Hong Kong. We sent them an alliance request as well, and they accepted. Again, we did not find many troops this year, but it was not needed, as it seems that we have both of the enemy forces on the run, as well as with all these other new helping allies, that we may be able to do this without much resistance. We tried to move into Northern Australia as payment for helping out the Emu Empire. We don't know how this will work yet, and maybe they might even decide that was a bad decision of us to make. In the end, they did not, and we moved into Northern Australia, taking just our cut of what used to be their homeland. We promised we would rule it well. We now have many an amount of allies in the Cheetah Empire, the United States of Mexico, as well as a bunch of liberated islands that also declared war on the United Islands and monochrome Cuba. The Cheetah Empire reports that the monochromatic Hong Kong has a ship and 30 troops in their homeland, and this is bad news for them, as this might prove bad, that they could maybe lose their entire empire to this new force. We made a city in Northern Australia and found 19 troops there willing to join us. As there is not much rebellion, there is not much fear. We are now pretty much the ruling island in the ruling force in this war. However, we should not get our hopes up, because if they ever decided to make a city and do a retaliatory strike, they probably could and probably would regain all their territory. Cuba is unguarded, and basically the only thing they own still is the Caribbean islands and Corsica. Soon they will fall. The Qatar Collective has declared war on the Andorra People's Empire and will probably move into Barcelona by my estimations. However, they actually moved into Andorra's homeland before taking Barcelona, and then the rest. The Cheetah Empire declared war on the Tuvan Republic, as I thought they might, but encountered a force of 10 with a tank. They lost many of their troops, but have eventually have encroached into the Tuvan Republic's territory. I don't know why the Tuvan Republic has not made a city yet, but it is strange to me. We took the Philippines. The Cheetah Empire took the Tuvan Republic's homeland in Tantuva, but we have received word that they do have a city and they have 13 troops ready to do a retaliatory strike. We built up the Philippines to be a small base on our city. Cut and input. Alright, that was pretty cool. We're not going to end the video yet, of course, but I do have a sandwich ready here, so I am going to just play through a couple matches without narrating it for a little bit. Greece became authoritarian. That's going to be some sort of something in our movie, of course. That's got to be. What's this island here? The Caroline Islands or Guam. You can also take Okinawa. Okinawa has 3 research on it? You should take an Okinawa. United States and Mexico is charging up in California. Which, California was originally Mexico's. Oh, geez, I didn't even realize that, but the Qatar Collective took over Afghanistan. Okay, so now at the end of this, I'm gonna open it back up and re-begin. We became Fiji instead of the Fiji Rebellion due to our victories. We are now one of the ruling forces, and we are democratic. As we did not know, but the Qatar Collective has invaded the Republic of Afghanistan and did succeed. They are now one of the most major and powerful forces in the Middle East and Spain. And Europe. Because it's not Spain. We sent them an alliance request, even though they were communists and we were democratic. They seem to have a good laws. They declined our alliance request. And we found out that the United Islands had been trying to build a retaliatory strike in Formosa with a small city. They did not have any troops there, and we moved in to take it. In other news, United Cheetah has become the Cheetah Empire has become United Cheetah, a democratic force, which seems to have great laws, just like us. We probably inspired them. Cut the Fiji. It seems that monochromatic Hong Kong, with just a force of one, has eluded the United Cheetah's force of six, and started to try and take back. If they moved into Communist China's territory, or maybe Peking, they might be able to build up a retaliatory strike. If Broken Mongolia, as well as Broken China, decided that they wanted to battle the Cheetah Empire, I feel that they would probably victory. Broken Turkey may soon fall to the Qatar Collective. That's what I believe, anyways. But if they don't, then, well, they might be able to build up, and these broken countries may not become so broken after all. We made a small base in Sicily and moved out to take Cuba's last remaining island, for Corsica. The Greek Empire has Central Macedonia and started building up forces there. We're sort of worried about them. We decided that as Fiji, it would be best to help out United Cheetah, as they were battling the Tuvan Republic, and their forces may yet fall. So, we declared war on monochromatic Hong Kong, and so did our allies. We started moving in, and took just a small bit of Asia. We now own things in a major continent, which is unlike us. But since we only have a small bit, it didn't make much of a difference to us. However, we do have a city in Hong Kong now, and we'll rebuild our forces from the attack there. Tuvan Republic surrendered to United Cheetah, as well as monochromatic Hong Kong. I suspect that next, Thailand is on their agenda. However, they have a city in Myanmar, and I am worried about how many forces they have. In other news, North Africa has begun their approach, and I believe is soon to reunite Africa itself. Their only enemy left, West Africa. The Emu Empire now owns much of what was previously Indonesia. the United Islands has been reduced to a few small scraps in the ocean, including in cities like Sapporo, Okinawa, and the Solomon Islands. Finally, we took over Corsica, finally ending Monochrome Cuba's terrible reign, and finally ending one of our major enemies. We are now focused and poised to enter Sardinia next time. Meanwhile, in the World War in Europe, it seems that the Allied forces have most of it on the run, and Georgian became communist, but they seem to have almost lost. The Emu Empire seems to want Sardinia, so we give it to him. We began to open into Okinawa. We moved the ship out into the sea to attempt to go down and take another island, but that would not happen at this point in this year. The Cheetah Empire has about as many cities as us. And as I thought, the Greek Empire has gotten into a war and disagreements with many of the Allied forces. They had an ally in Jamaica, but only after this disagreement, and the Jamaican kingdom was not pulled into the war. We took the city of Sapporo and the cities surrounding it, and we tried to make it down to the Solomon Islands, but failed. The Solomon Islands, I believe, is the only remaining and last remnant of the United Islands. In other news, the Greek Empire has taken much of what used to be a great alliance between Serbia and the countries surrounding it. I nearly fear for the sake of what was the greatest alliance alliance's lifespan. United Cheetah, as in a strange turn of events, United Cheetah decided to declare war on Broken Turkey, Broken China, and the Broken Mongolian Empire. It was strange to me because I thought that United Cheetah and the others take would declare war on them, but instead they declared war on. But instead, Cheetah declared war. But instead, vice versa. I couldn't say that, man. Why couldn't I say that? We were about to take the Solomon Islands, but it seems that the Emu Empire was poised to do it too. We decided to let them have it. We decided to move our force of 14 back in order to and moved in between in the water between Greece and Spaghetland in order to monitor. It seems that the Greek Empire have many troops, but definitely not enough to outnumber Spaghetland. Greek has somehow taken more territory. Monaco took Turin for a brief amount of time, but before Spaghetland took it back. They now own Liechtenstein, and Monaco. In other, way more subrogatory news, the United Islands has finally fallen, and what we were born out of has succeeded. The rebellion has succeeded, and the United Islands, the Emu Empire are one of the biggest forces in Oceania and most of the other water. In the Gulf of Mexico, I decided to liberate Cuba. I implemented better laws there. The Emu Empire stays non-aligned, but all different forms of ideology seem to be rising up. I think I shall push them in the right direction towards democracy, and maybe even have them liberate the Dominican Republic and Haiti. I did decide, however, that this war should not yet be over. I feel that the Greek Empire has taken too much territory, or that at least we should take some territory before it is gone. So we declared war on them. The Jamaican Kingdom left our alliance with us and declared war on us. We made peace with them and tried to form an alliance, but we do not know the results currently. As we feared, nationalist Bulgaria and Germany started to take over the Greece Empire. However, we took their homeland before the opportunity was all gone. We were the final force that they surrendered to. We now own Bulgaria, Central Macedonia, Albania, North Macedonia, and Athens. And we hope to make another alliance with the Jamaican Kingdom. They did not accept our alliance request, but that was fine. We understood why. We also hoped to reunite that great force that had been with Serbia and its surrounding countries, and thus liberated North Macedonia and Albania. In other more troubling news, United Cheetah became authoritarian, a dictatorship. This troubles us due to the fact that it does not seem that they have good laws anymore. Broken China, a rebellion, and Broken Mongolia have attacked, and they are losing control of their empire fast. In quick succession, most of their territory has been taken, and we feel that as bad as their laws are, we must save our ally. The Jamaican Kingdom has surrendered to the United States of Mexico. They're one cut of an island, we agreed. The Southeastern Republic is still a force, but the Solomon Kingdom has become independent and declared war on our allies in the Emu Empire. I thought that possibly they would come from peace, but apparently not. We offered nationalist Bulgaria their homeland back, and they took it. We moved with a force of 34 down through the Middle East and the North African Union, who apparently attacked the Qatar Collective. We, as the leading force of law, decided that this was not really okay. The Emu Empire, as well as the Emu Empire opposition, has moved into Africa. We decided to promote the North African Union's ideology towards us. Broken China we tried to declare war on Broken China, but not yet, it seemed. The Cheetah Empire is losing control. The Broken Mongolian Empire is now not broken at all. It seems that it has taken back almost all of its territory and more. Broken China now owns most of what used to be Cheetah's Asian empire, and we fear for their safety. The Southeastern Republic surrendered to Britain But their troubles are not over. Ecuador and Argentina seem to have invaded. In other words, the Emu Empire. In other news, the Emu Empire has taken on a new name: Australia. We have a force of 51. And more so in another area, though we cannot find it. We attacked Broken China, Broken Mongolia, and Broken Turkey. We have many allies. We moved into Shanghai after a very, very long battle. Cheetah is making just one more retaliatory strike, but it seems that China has started to attack even more than we thought. However, we seem to be bringing an end about to them. With our force, we moved in, and we took much of what used to be Chinese territory. Broken China finally surrendered to us. We regenerated some of our force in Vladivostok before giving all of what we just invaded, the Cheetah. Or at least most of it. We kept Vladivostok, Eastern Manchuria, Western Manchuria, and Karelian, and, in fact, liberated the Republic of Manchuria. We spread its empire across Vladivostok and the previously said places. A force of 11 from the war, with their boat, moved into Vladivostok to take our troops on a boat ride. We began to take Cheetah's territory back. However, there was much resistance. We took Broken Mongolia's homeland, however, in Ulaanbaatar, but however, it still seemed that they had so much of an empire, bigger than Russia's had been before all of the cursedness had happened. The United States of Mexico has taken Magadan and Kamchatka, hoping to help with a force of 29. We moved into Chukchia and regenerated our forces there.
Did you get your stuff done? Oh. Sorry.
Doing a video, by the way. Just wanna... Alright, so after this Broken Mongolian Empire falls, I think we're gonna end the video there. The Arctic Union, Britain and United Canada declared war on the Kingdom of Puerto Rico and the Kingdom of Hungary. It seemed that they had been lost, and we could not save. Okay. So we continued moving into Broken Mongolia. Again, with their retaliatory strikes, it was sort of hard to do this. We now own Cheetah's homeland, but for some reason we had not given it back to them yet. Next, we moved into Broken Turkey, who conveniently happened to be right next to us. We had a battle that was not finished yet in Saratov, and regenerated our troops yet again. We now have 5 advanced tanks and 15 troops, adding up to a total force of 30. In other news, North African Union has become the Republic of Northern Africa, and the Republic of Pakistan has become independent as well and tried to attack. The broken Mongolian Empire surrendered to us. The Republic of Albania surrendered to Turkey, and so did North Macedonia. They fell very easily. Once we take Turkey's homeland, I think the war shall probably be over. And finally, we will own much of Russia's territory. The United States of Mexico moved into Turkey's original homeland. All was not exactly peaceful, but for the most part, the world was okay. The North African Union, now under the name of the Republic of Northern Africa, would probably soon fall due to its low productivity. Turkey would also probably soon fall to Mexico, and the Emu Empire would probably soon fall as well to Anu. And Australia would probably soon fall to a new version of themselves. A better one. We, in total, sent back what used to be Cheetah's land, but only that. What originally was Cheetah's land after their original war with Russia and the Korean Empire was theirs, but nothing more. Well, that was kind of a lie. We did send him just a slight bit more, but not much. And with that, the world was mostly at peace. And that's it. I hope you enjoyed the Iron Assault movie too, and I think it's probably the size of a movie as well. How am I? Oh, geez, yes. Uh, yeah, I hope you enjoyed that, and yeah, thank you everybody for watching. This has been a Diamond Kitty Gaming video, and yeah, we'll see you in the next one.
Bye.
And namaste.